Hey you guys, I want to give you another soundboard video here that might help workflow a little bit, and that's the process of using like these. This right here is called the cue list right here, and when you press cue list, you get this screen right here into where you can create cues. So right now I set up the board, I turned everything on. This is just a setting from last Sunday where we were. And what you can do on this cue list area right here is you can say store. And when I hit store, then it gives me one cue that is stored right there. That's sort of as a starting point. And then but take for example, as you can imagine, if I wanted to turn all these off except for Trent, and that's the only one I leave off, and I hit store. When I hit store, another one pops up, another snapshot. Is that what it's saying? Snapshot 2. And so then what happens is if I click on snapshot 1, and if I hit recall, right here, then all those turn on. So that's snapshot 1. And if I press snapshot 2 and recall, of course, that's going to go. But I also, though, if they're in order, I can hit next. And when I hit next, they turn off, which is a real easy thing to know that's there, so that you could turn off everything except for Trent, and then you don't have to do all those other things. But a better application that I thought would be cool. So I'm going to recall the first one, right? And one of the things that, you can do here is, let's say on this one right here, Taryn's leading this song, but on the next song, I'm back to leading. So you might do something like that. I don't know, just as a starting point, or even better yet, maybe not the next song. Like this week, we're going to go into a song that the third verse, someone else is going to sing, so say you wanted to change it like that. So I just made that change. So then that's the same way it moves the faders too. So now I'm going to hit store, and now it's kind of in the wrong spot. So I'm going to hit move, and I just moved that one up. And so now that's snapshot 3. So I'm on snapshot 1 right now. Right, so I'm recalling snapshot 1. There it is, right there. And but now I'm going to hit next, because in the next part I'm going to sing the lead, and Taryn is not. So I hit next, and then of course it does that move for us. Real quick though, it's not really much of a fade. It's an instant thing. Whenever you come over here and you say edit cue, you can see the various things that this is. You can give the cue a name. You can give it a MIDI transmit and MIDI receive. We don't do that much. The main thing in the edit the cue would be naming the snapshot. And as far as I know, there's no other way to do that except right here on the board, which is pretty tedious. But I think that would be really cool. So even if it were just going back and forth to Trent and the band, that might help. Or you may do an announcement setting. Or what I would do, I think that this would be helpful to me, is that especially if during a song we're changing the leaders of who's seating the lead, I might go ahead and create a cue in order for that to change. So there you go, using cues. Maybe we should try it. One final note, I thought this was interesting enough to show you. I showed you that it has a next button, but just above it, there's an alt button that is used for the whole board for secondary things that you can use. So to create a different function for a button. So if I hit next here, then of course it cycles through those. But if I want to go to the previous cue, I can hold down alt, and then I hit next, and then of course it goes the other way to previous. So there's only one button. I thought that was interesting, but that alt gives you the previous button.